And we're going to be giving back refunds out of the tariffs because we've taken in literally trillions of dollars. And we're going to be giving a nice dividend to the people in addition to reducing debt. You won't even have income tax to pay because the money we're taking in is so great. The word affordability is a con job by the Democrats.
He said we stopped inflation in its tracks. Well, that's not really true. He inherited inflation at 3%, as I said. It had come way, way down. It did go down a bit more in the early Trump years, but then it went right back up to 3%. So inflation, in fact, has not decreased at all under Trump, and it's certainly not stopped in its tracks. Now we have tariffs. So let's talk about that. Trump said this. He said, we're going to give back these refunds. We're going to give people a nice dividend. You won't even have income tax to pay because the money we're taking in is so great. What are the facts? The facts are that they collected $80 billion of tariff revenue in the previous fiscal year. This would be before Trump, very early into Trump. And then in the current year, which started in January, $259 billion of tariff revenue. But look at what the size of income tax revenues are. $2.5 trillion of income tax revenue. There's no way you can replace that with that. So that's ridiculous. Then he said we're going to reduce the debt. Well, we're running a deficit of $1.8 trillion with a T dollars every year. You're not going to reduce the debt if you're adding to the debt a couple $1 trillion a year. Let's take a look at the next chart. Affordability. So you heard him say that it's a con job by the Democrats. That is certainly contrary to what everybody thinks, including most Republicans. But again, let's look at what happened and what is happening now. So yes, we had COVID. Inflation peaked at 9%, as I said. These are the three income groups, top income group, second and third. All of them lost a lot of ground. Their wages did not keep up with inflation, so their standard of living went down. Then inflation drops to 3%. And still you see 2 out of the 3 income groups losing ground, the middle and the upper income groups, maybe not the upper one that we care the most about, but they were losing ground too. And lower incomes, basically staying flat. They never recovered all of what they lost back here. Then Trump comes in, and here's the amazing thing, and it's only the first year of his term, but in fact, higher incomes are now doing better, opposite of what we saw earlier. Lower incomes are still losing ground. So the idea that when you see people lose this much purchasing power over this long a period of time, that we don't have an affordability crisis is completely fictitious.
Yeah, and Steve, you're right. I mean, a lot of Republicans, frankly, even some White House aides acknowledge affordability is a crisis. It's just the president himself. That's the disconnect. He simply won't say it, at least not yet.